Thank you for making me who I am, Brian. You are truly one of a kind, incredible human being, and I count myself one of the lucky ones to have been your student and your bandmate and your friend, and you just opened up my world to music and community. I look back, and making music with you has been one of the greatest privileges and pleasures of my life. And I know that you have had similar impact on dozens, hundreds, I don't know, thousands of people. I mean, you've changed lives. You have truly had an impact on this community, and Cabot has been so lucky, and I can't wait to see what you do next.
I have come a long way from the shy sophomore that first entered your band class 5 years ago, and while I have many people to thank for my growth over the years, you will always stand out as one of the most prominent. You taught me to chase every opportunity with persistence and optimism, no matter how far or impossible those opportunities may have seemed. Because of you, I found my love for singing and music again, as well as an interest in film and computer science. I may not have always been the easiest or the most positive student to work with, but you never gave up on me, no matter how much I wanted to. You constantly pushed me every day to not only succeed, but exceed in everything that I did, and for that, I cannot thank you enough. It was always a pleasure to work alongside you, even after I graduated, and I hope that one day we can work together again, because I still feel like I have so much more I can learn from you. But until then, I just want to say thank you for everything, Brian, and I wish you the best.
When I first came to Cabot, I so clearly remember my first introduction. I walked up some stairs that didn't make any sense as to why there would be stairs there, and was wearing that silly BYCC shirt. Walked into the library and we were talking about flip videos and Wordles and stuff that didn't matter to me. And right away, you and Peter and John took me aside and we walked around and made a flip video making fun of teachers making flip videos. And along the way, we talked about what education should actually be. And that was my introduction to schools in Vermont. And if you had not shown me what school could be and what school should be, I would not be a school leader in Vermont today. I am so grateful for your leadership, your guidance, your experience, your friendship, and everything you have taught me about what kids need and how we can make that happen in so many different ways. It's been amazing to be a part of some of these projects and some of these trips. So much of that is we talk about emotional connections. Dude, we talk about emotional connections. Those are lifelong memories for kids and for us.
Your mentorship and the way that you taught me continuously inspires me and informs the way in which I teach others. When I think back at my time at Cabot, one of the first people who has had the most lasting impression who comes to mind is always you. I aspire to do better and be better because of the work ethic that you instilled in me.
Hi Brian, I just want to say thank you for all the wonderful memories and for teaching me about patience and dedication. I've definitely used the lessons you taught me in the military, really. I wish you luck in all your future endeavors and hope you have a great time wherever you end up.
I really can't imagine what my pre-college education would have been like without you. It's really important that young people have good role models and ones that really feel like friends, and you were really that to me. So I hope that the people of Harwood appreciate that, and I'm glad that they get to have you as a friend and a role model and a teacher and a co-creator, and I wish you all the best on this new journey.
Thank you for the summer that you and I spent working on the Lime CD. That was a really hard time in my life, and I really needed that distraction, and it felt really nice to come in every couple of days for a chunk of the summer just to get away from everything and work on a big project that was fun. And working on that CD, editing everything, adjusting everything, calling people in to redo takes and things like that. It's a memory that I'm always going to have.
Brian, thank you so much for all of the opportunities you've afforded all of your students over the years. The work that we did for the theater tech class, for the Limes, for everything with managing CSPAC was incredible to have the ability to do in a high school, and the amount of trust that you gave me and responsibilities that you let me undertake, and without feeling like I was being managed. I had the opportunity to do so much for so many different projects that I never would have gotten the ability to do anywhere else or with anyone else, and they were all so much fun and so empowering. Obviously, I can't think how things would have been different if you hadn't been such an incredible, supportive teacher.
I hadn't even considered being in the band when I started 9th grade at Cabot. That changed basically immediately after I heard the band rehearse for the first time. The American Studies class had gathered to rehearse for our Harlem Renaissance Spectacular, and as soon as they played the first note, I couldn't stop smiling. Like, it was embarrassing how much I couldn't stop smiling, even in that room with the whole class looking. It was like I'd never heard music before or something. That specific memory will probably stick with me forever, which I will credit to Brian. I have no memory of what song it was, only the feeling of, what the heck, kids can play music like this? I joined the band as soon as I could, obviously. Brian leaving Cabot is the end of an era, but it's an era that I'm so happy I got to be a part of. Thanks to Brian, the band, and the school was such a magical, creative, and fun place to learn. I want to say my personal, big, huge, enormous thank yous to Brian for letting me be creative and run with whatever crazy ideas I came up with, and for supporting my passion for radio, and for the introduction to Bollywood movies, and stir-fried egg and tomatoes, and Chawl Baby, and Baker's Dozen, and Miles Davis. The list could literally go on forever. And especially thank you for your seemingly tireless efforts to bring the world into the curriculum at Cabot. Efforts which I realize now were not tireless or easy, but rather your passionate dedication to open our eyes to the rich variety of the world, musically and otherwise. I'm so grateful to have had that foundation built for me so early, and to be so happy to look back on, and yeah, honestly, to brag about my high school education. To echo something you once said, I'm so appreciative of the attention and the love that you shared with our community for the past 25 years. Harwood is so lucky to have you, and I wish you the best and the happiest trails for the future.
It's almost impossible to imagine Cabot School without Brian. He is the inner workings behind the magic that makes Cabot School so near and dear to our hearts. It wasn't until after I graduated and began my own work as an educator that I really understood the true devotion that Brian held for his students, the school, and our community at large. I feel so grateful that I got to work with him. Traveling with the Limes, spending hours at WGDR playing with shadow puppets and auto-tune, rehearsing and performing in the CSPAC, from magical mystery tours and underwater adventures to faraway garbage patches. I feel so lucky that as I meet new people in life, I get to brag about my school experiences and look back with fond and joyful memories. Thanks to Brian, I didn't attend a regular public school. I got to go to a project-based music and arts school, and for that, I am very grateful.
Brian of the Gnomes, kicking it.
Hey Brian, thanks for taking me on 2 East Coast band tours in high school and putting me on a t-shirt.
Hey Brian, I heard you're moving on from Cabot, which I imagine is bittersweet. And Harwood's gonna be lucky to have you, because yeah, you're an awesome teacher. Yeah, I loved the awesome mixtapes that you gave us and all the really cool songs we learned and the amazing tours that we went on, and yeah, you were just such an awesome teacher. What more can I say? And to prove that it stuck with me, I'm gonna play you this drum beat. I don't remember what song it came from, but it's still one of my favorite drum beats. So. All right. Great. Well, I wish you the best of luck, and yeah, thanks for all the awesome music memories, and can't tell you how many more awesome memories I have because of music now, so thanks.
Besides being an awesome multi-talented musician, Brian's a great organizer of musicians. I remember he was always trying to get people out playing more music, whether it was traveling with the school band or going to festivals or playing out with different groups that he'd put together. It was a great opportunity to play more music and learn a lot in a real life setting, which you don't always get at school. Besides all that, I think he really expanded a lot of people's musical horizons, including my own, to include things like Indonesian gamelan and African jazz and fire organ and everything in between. So many thanks to Brian for that, and I'm sure that more students will continue to learn and grow in their musical careers and lives under his tutelage. So thanks, Brian, and all the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Hey Brian, it's your good buddy Michael Hendricks. I'm sitting here on the porch in South Carolina. I'm a porch person now, and I just wanted to record a quick video to tell you how much I love you and how much I enjoyed our time working together. I've truly never met another educator quite like you, and you've taught me so much about what it means to be a good teacher and what it means to be an empathetic, caring community member who also educates kids, who puts literally everything they got into the profession. You have always been a paragon of quality education and project-based learning, and I every day miss you and miss working with you. And I wish you nothing but the best going forward in the future. I know you've got big things ahead of you, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about the next chapter you have in life. But love you, man, and thanks for making me the educator that I am today. See ya.
Hi, Brian. This is Kate, as you can see. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to say for this video, I started thinking about my own dance teacher in high school. I'm like straightening up thinking about her. I thought about the impact that she made on my life and about how grateful I am for her work and her good teaching. And I thought about this event that we did 10 years ago to honor her and about how moving it was to see just generations of dancers speak to that. And I remember getting kind of weepy writing her a card, and I thought of her and of that event, of course, because you are one of those people who's just impacted the lives of so many people at this crucial juncture that is adolescence. And the arts, as you know, they're a unique gift to give to people. They heighten your sense of connection with others and with the world. They make you feel more alive. And again, to bring music into Cabot and into the lives of teenagers at this juncture where they're vulnerable and trying to figure out who they are in the world and what the world's about is just, it's really special. Regardless of whether they continue playing their saxophones or their flutes, they'll look back on their time in high school and it will be colored by the work that you've done. As a colleague, I will remember you as inspired and ambitious, and as someone who encouraged everyone to think big, but also as someone who was really practical and could solve problems, someone who was generous with their skills whenever I really needed help with a computer thing or with something more technical, like how to record voices in a way that sounded good. You were there to help, even though you were always really busy with your own things. And I will also remember you as someone with a great sense of humor, which is indispensable in education and in leadership. And so I want to thank you for your work and say that even though you're moving on and will be missed tremendously, the impact of your work remains and is there and will continue on in people's lives. So best of luck. Harwood is very lucky to have you, and I wish you the best.
Hey Brian, I hear you're leaving Cabot and heading on to another school. Congratulations, that's super exciting. I know you are going to be so missed at Cabot because you've given your whole heart and soul to that place and they are going to miss you. Anyways, good luck with the change and see you out there. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey Brian, just wishing you the best of luck in the future as you start on your next adventure. I know that our time at Cabot was a few years ago, but you were definitely a huge presence there, and I am sure you will be sorely missed.
Brian, congratulations on your many years at Cabot, and looking forward to you and having this new step in your career in life. I just want to say thanks for everything, because I can't think back to the start of my teaching career without thinking about Cabot, and you're a huge part of that. Your friendship and your mentorship has meant everything to me. I wish you all the best on this next step in your journey and look forward to seeing you soon. Congratulations, man.
So, Brian, I keep thinking about what some smart writing project teacher said or perhaps quoted years ago, that a good writing conference should leave a writer wanting to write more. And this is connected in my mind to you. So your creativity, your drive for innovation made me always walk away from casual conversations or formal project tunings wanting to be more creative and more innovative myself. You really inspired that in me. When I batted an idea around with you, I could watch you thinking, and one idea would lead to another and another, and we'd be laughing, always laughing, and on our way to hatching something promising. It's the magic of synergy and the wonder of colleagueship at its best, and I really miss that. And I'm certain that when you leave Cabot, your current colleagues will miss that with you too. May you always find yourself among those who love that magic as much as we do.
Hey Brian, thanks for being such an incredible music teacher. You always provided us with fantastic opportunities like going to Winooski Valley, going to Allstate, of course touring around with the Limes, and going to the New York City trip was pretty incredible. It was always amazing seeing your passion and energy coming out during rehearsals and during concerts. I know that energized all the students and of course the audience as well. I know Cabot's gonna miss you like crazy, but we're all wishing you the best in your future endeavors.
Hey Brian, I hear you've decided to move on from Cabot after many years of serving the community and students. So I want to record a quick video to express my appreciation for the time that you gave to me and all the experiences that you were able to provide. And especially thinking about our trip to New York and when we played at the Flynn Theater. And I also wanted to show you that I still have a lot of the skills that I learned while taking your classes. Thanks, Brian.
Hi, Brian. I will always remember our collaboration with teaching preschoolers on how to play the gamelan, and of your support and of your attention to the idea that even 4-year-olds can be interested and capable of learning such a beautiful and ancient instrument. The culmination of that project partnered with our Thai folktale shadow puppet show and sharing of ethnic food was one of the first pre-K exhibitions for families. Although we didn't have many opportunities for collaboration, your continued work and passion for project-based learning, music, and partnership with all teachers and students at Cabot School has been remarkable. Thank you for your insight and vision in building CSPAC and for your belief that all things are possible. Best wishes for all that you dream for.
Hi, Brian. If John McSweeney were here, he would have a song all written and ready to perform for you. And I really wish he were here to do that. But I'm just going to take the chance to say it's been great working with you. Cabot's really going to miss you. And I wish you all the best in the future.
Hi, Brian Boyce. I'm so sorry to hear that you're leaving Cabot School. I have in front of me something that you penned to me on June the 19th, 2001. You wrote in an opening paragraph, "Dear David, thank you for asking us to write a principal evaluation letter. The very fact that you've asked for evaluation letters from the faculty indicate what kind of leader you are. A principal must be a teacher, administrator, and leader. You have given exemplary definition to all those habits. Immediately, my impression of you improved considerably." What a beautiful opening paragraph for an evaluation. But more important than that opening paragraph were the following paragraphs that describe the philosophy of your musical program, your intention to develop the finest music program that Cabot School will ever know. It was very impressive. I kept it. It spoke very clearly about how you love music, you love students, and you wanted them to know the best of what music had to offer, the music of their generation, the music of the time. You specified quite clearly your intentions, and it was a beautiful expression. I sometimes wish I had had some venue to publish it. You have maintained your integrity. You have done an outstanding job, and it's going to be Cabot's loss that you're no longer there. Oh, by the way, don't get too big ahead. I kept all of the teacher evaluation letters from that particular year. One of the best things you ever did, of course, was to form a relationship with that Jennifer Lindert, one of my favorites, as you probably know. I wish you the very best of luck in your upcoming positions, and know that I will hear much more about your successes. Thanks, Brian, for being a great guy, a wonderful teacher, and an outstanding educator.
So one thing I didn't say when we all gathered together for the final circle is you, Brian, to me epitomizes what I think a teacher is. You are a constant learner, creator, developer, adapter, all for the greater good. And I wanted to leave this message with you that you have made a mark on this place and so many people over the years. And I'm so proud to be your partner in life, and I love you dearly. And even though I'm super sad you are leaving, I'm going to wish you the best of luck and happy to be on this next journey with you.
I was really lucky to have Brian as the jazz band teacher, I think all through high school, and I think I was one of the first classes he taught. Don't quote me on that. But he was very kind and very creative and very inclusive, and it was really wonderful for me. I'm not really a musician, and I like music, and it was really awesome to be able to participate. There were not flute parts and everything he wanted to play, so he would write them out, and we all got to participate who wanted, which was really excellent. Brian got us out of Cabot. He took us to perform in different places. We went to concerts. I remember specifically, we went to Duke Ellington's band, which that felt very special. And I remember listening to it, kind of spacing out, and there was this creative moment for me. I just felt really inspired. So I pulled out a pen and I had my little brochure and I started writing very bad poetry on it. But it was a moment, an early moment of like music and writing coming together and just feeling very part of the creative world. And I really appreciated that. And I wasn't very good at practicing, but I liked performing. And it was always very fun to sit up there and be a part of something bigger. And Brian was always leading us with so much enthusiasm. I remember one concert, he was really actively conducting as he did, and he kind of inched off backwards off a short stage and popped up and jumped back up, and we kept going. And it was just so joyful to be a part of his jazz band. And it really opened my eyes to jazz music that I hadn't really known to that point in my life. Duke Ellington, Thelonious Monk, there's so many others. And it was really wonderful. And I just want to say thank you, Brian, for helping me and the more musically talented folks out there.
Having Brian as the jazz band leader really expanded everything I knew about music. I remember knowing 2 drum beats on the drum set when I first met Brian, and neither one really worked for jazz that well. I really didn't even know what jazz was, to be honest with you. I remember hearing that Viper House record for the first time and being absolutely blown away and realizing this is jazz. When traditionally I would think of jazz as more as the same style as swing or Glenn Miller. You took us to Burlington to those multiple competitions, and just a great example of how great you were was when a lot of other bands have a stiff band director who's up there, leading the band in the Mood by Glenn Miller. We're up there doing all sorts of Duke Ellington tunes, deep from the Duke Ellington collection, and then we're ending our shows by getting up from our instruments and parading through the audience singing Sun Ra, And if it wasn't for you, I never would even know about Sun Ra. I wouldn't even know to take chances in concerts and these performances. And just really to have that energetic band leader was something that you just didn't see from other people. And then on top of that, of course, their playing ability, your knowledge, your passion. It was incredible, and we can never thank you enough. I can never thank you enough. I'm still playing music. I'm in 2 bands playing drums. I also, picked up guitar and piano along my music way. Again, a lot of that was your spark, your energy, your knowledge, and just sharing that and teaching me. And I'm still going. Thanks again for all you've done for Cabot. We can never thank you enough. And best of luck in the future, and hope we cross paths and get to jam again someday.
Hi Brian, another Daniels here. As you can tell, Brian Boys is a very, very big name in the Daniels household. We are all huge fans, as we should be. He taught us all for years. He put up with us when some of us were just wee little 7th graders in a band of 4, and we thought we were adorable, but I don't think we were. But we grew up and we got to know Brian better, and he taught us and he mentored us. And I drive my husband crazy talking about, oh yeah, I played at the Flynn. Oh yeah, Hershey Park, I played at an amusement park. I did a tour of Philly, no big deal. Yeah, he thinks I'm like a rock star. It's great. One of my favorite memories about Brian was that he knew kids, and I played saxophone. Fine. I could have practiced more. But one day I was just like, Brian, I don't really want to play saxophone right now. And he knew what to do. He said, okay, for this song, you're going to play piano. And I still know those chords, and I played it for one song, and it was amazing. I got to do it in concert. I felt really cool. I had to get up in the middle and walk over and leave my saxophone and walk over and just, start playing piano, because I'm really good at lots of instruments. I really appreciated that, Brian. You could have just said, AP, relax, go play your saxophone, but you didn't. You always brought energy and enthusiasm, and we really, really, really appreciated it. And I'm a little worried about what graduation is going to be like without you, because pomp and circumstance really went way up when you joined in. Best of luck in your next endeavors. I'm sure it'll be awesome. Those kids are so lucky to have you. Just thank you so much, Brian. The Daniels are indebted to you. We appreciate everything you did, and wish you all the best.
Hi, Brian. Congratulations on moving your career to Harwood, and I wish you all the best. Every time I talk to people out here in San Francisco about how my high school career went and the experiences that I had there, without fail, they're always like, that's amazing. How did you get to do all that cool stuff? And one of the main reasons, Brian, is you. You gave everybody that you taught so many amazing experiences between the limes and the musicals and the regular band stuff, and for a couple of years just basically running the whole show over at Cabot School. All of that was so formative to me and so formative to so many of my friends, and I'm just really grateful that I got to know you as a teacher and as a person. Appreciate you, Brian. Wish you all the best.
I wouldn't be where I am or who I am today without you. From music to history to life lessons to fairy tales, and all the way to things that you might not have even intended to impart on your students, like your tireless work ethic, your enthusiasm, integrity, and at times the beautiful chaos. Even now, those snippets of memories and those scenes and snapshots are what I think back to when I need support and reassurance. You planted a sapling that hasn't stopped growing since it was put in the ground, and that hopefully won't stop growing for many, many years. Its roots have acted like reinforcements, its branches like pathways, its boughs like shade from the sweltering sun. Its leaves fall, whether ahead or behind, it doesn't matter, to trace every step. If I'm lucky, one day, I can inspire the same courage and hope in someone else, just as you have done for me. But you, wherever you go, that aura follows. Whether it's to the ends of the earth or to a couple towns over, you continue to inspire, to create, and to teach. I see it every time I look at one of your students, and I have no doubt in my mind that whatever you do and wherever you go after your time at Cabot, it will be fantastic. And lastly, as if I haven't said it enough already, thank you for everything and more.
Hey Brian, I'm just trying to line this up so I've got all my theater stuff back here. I just want to say how much Brian has helped Cabot Community Theater get started and get rolling over the years, and how he's been so incredibly helpful in supporting us through all of our work and making a really nice theater program for the kids at Cabot and surrounding areas. And just as a matter of course, he tried to make it so that everything works smoothly for us and helps us out with the tech stuff and helps us with clearing out CSPAC space so we could do our show in there each time, and have all the instruments moved out of the way and cleaning up the back room and all that stuff. And it's just been a tremendous gift to have that support for 13 years of theater efforts. It's been awesome. Plus, as a parent of a couple of Cabot kids, his support and mentoring has been just tremendous. It's been a real gift to our family in so many ways. Our kids have grown up with such a rich musical background, exposure, and opportunity to take solos and do improvisation and learn music theory and be in leadership positions with the Limes. And I could go on and on, but it's been great. Thank you for everything, Brian.
Hi Brian, congratulations on Harwood. I'd just like to say a quick thank you for all you've done for me and my class. I know that I'm not alone when I say that you brought us some of the most unique and innovative experiences at Cabot. You know, everything from the Magical Mystery Tour to Lillian to the Limes. I don't think we could have had those experiences anywhere else, and I think they really helped us really develop as individuals. And so those experiences are just really invaluable. And I'd like to specifically thank you for the music theory class that you taught us. I have not gotten a chance since to take music theory, so I'm so appreciative that I got to take this class at Cabot, because it really opened my eyes to the whole world of music analysis and looking at music with a critical lens. And so I'm so beyond thankful for all of that. And I don't think I've taken a class as interesting since, so I really appreciate it. I would also like to just say a quick thank you for the video production that I was able to do through that class and through other classes. I don't think it's often that you get to say in a traditional school that you made a Sarah Palin dub, and I am so thankful for that. So thank you. You are truly one of the most innovative educators working right now, and I really wish you all the best at Harwood. I know you'll be fantastic, so thank you.
Brian, just wanted to take a moment and say thank you for all you've done over the years at Cabot School. Some of my most memorable experiences in high school from band and the Limes, from recording the CD to going on the East Coast tour. You really taught us some great things and helped foster a lifelong love of music. So truly, thank you for all you've done. And Cabot is definitely going to be a different place without you, but best of luck on your new adventures. They'll be lucky to have you.
During one of our Limes concerts, we were at some kind of weird teacher conference somewhere out in the world, and once the concert was over, everyone went to go mingle, and all of us kind of went off to talk to people at the conference and whatever, and I wasn't feeling very social, so I went back and started kind of cleaning up the concert and everything, putting chords away and stuff like that, and then you showed up, and the two of us started going, and then Tuesday showed up, and the three of us just went through and we cleaned up the whole concert. Just the three of us, just chatting a little bit, nerding out a little bit, and we put everything in its nice, neat places where it belonged, all the chords perfectly coiled up and things like that. It looked very nice. And then I remember Lee came by and looked down and said, "This is the most OCD thing I've ever seen," looked up at us and said, "That makes a lot of sense." And that's one of my favorite memories that I've got.
Hi, Brian. This is Anna from Germany. I would like to take this opportunity and say thank you to you. It's pretty safe to say that my life would not have taken the path it did if it wouldn't have been for the Cabot Music Program and your mentorship. I've never before or after my stay in Cabot met a music teacher that let the students experiment with and have faith in their skills the way you did. Whether it was writing our own piece of music and performing it, or recording and editing our own CD. The performance of Struggle to Freedom at Goddard College and the Flint Space in Burlington were absolute highlights for me. It's absolutely amazing to see what you made possible for your students, and whoever takes your position in Cabot will have some huge footsteps to fill. I wish you all the best for the new challenge, and take care, and again, thank you.
I'm going to take a few minutes to ramble in your honor, and I want to start by just saying congratulations on the adventures that you have in front of you. And I'm infinitely jealous of your colleagues and your students, and I know you'll be amazing. One of my first memories of you was actually unboxing these giant crates of instruments that arrived from Indonesia. And it may have been my first year, I don't recall, but I was thinking, who is this guy who orders these exotic instruments from across the world? And it's just such a profound reflection of you as a teacher, your energy, your enthusiasm, your creativity, and I can't believe it's been 20 years working alongside you and with you, and you've been a constant source of inspiration for me as a professional and as a person. I can't think of how lucky I have been and the opportunity to collaborate with you. And when I was getting into education, I didn't really think about the influence that the people I would work with would have on my trajectory as a teacher. And I just feel so grateful to have a colleague, collaborator, and friend like you. I have so many memories that I could go into, but a few stand out, obviously, working with you on the Wonder Years, GCP, other projects, a Rowan Foundation Fellowship, and designing an app for project-based learning, going to conferences together, San Diego, driving to conferences and getting lost and missing our exit consistently because we got involved in deep conversation about education or students or how school should be different. So many great memories. I think, one of my biggest fears in this next chapter is losing that collaboration. I hope we can find a way to stay tight, stay together, and I'll miss you a ton. And so I want to say thank you. It's been awesome working with you. I love you. Big hugs. Good luck in your next adventures.
I just know that all of your classes and non-classes that I had with you were just an incredibly important part of my time at Cabot. And thank you for all of those, for all the incredible experiences that we had with the Limes and traveling from place to place, performing, and going to a recording studio, and the New York City trip. Everything was just, I don't have the words express it, but besides, thank you for everything, for all the incredible experiences that we had with the Limes and traveling from place to place, performing and going to a recording studio, and the New York City trip. Everything was just, I don't have the words to express it, but besides, thank you for everything.
Life's a bit confusing, but I think there's hope that we're going to make it through. It's all going crazy, but at least I know that there's always me and you. And if it's all falling, there's still time to live life on today. So if you will be my partner in crime, I know it's gonna go our way. There's no hint of romance, but I want you to know that for that I need you more. 'Cause there's nowhere in this world where we couldn't go, not to say